If you want to make these really cool cornhole boards with folding legs, stay tuned to find out. The first thing that I did here was make a practice circle to make sure it was the exact kind of hole that I wanted. I knew I wanted 6 inches, so I set it at that. Then I drilled a hole in the board so I could fit my jigsaw blade down in there and start getting the cut. Everything you are about to see from here on out is just going to be duplicated twice, and do that to the other board so you can have 2 of these cornhole boards. Now I am just cutting out the circle with the jigsaw. You could also use a hole saw, but they are very expensive, so I am just using a jigsaw for this one. Once you have that hole cut out, you want to take some sandpaper and really smooth up the hole. You don't want it to be super ruggedy and sharp, so just clean up any imperfections left in the board. Now we're going to be cutting the rest of the parts. I'm going to have all the lengths of the parts in the description below, and also cut your legs 3/4 of an inch longer. You will find out why later on. Now you just want to lay out your parts and make sure that they fit perfectly like this. Now you want to drill pocket holes in the shorter boards to connect to the longer boards so you can really join together the frame without any screws showing on the outside. This next step could get a little bit tricky, but to make that easier, you're just going to want to clamp these boards together. That way you can install these pocket holes with ease. And once you're done with that, we can just go on and move to the next step. Here I'm just using a cup to round over the legs so that I can cut it out with a jigsaw. And you're going to need to do this for the legs to be able to fold so that you can store the cornhole boards whenever you are not using them. You can see that the jigsaw did not leave the best finish on that, so I just took it over to the circular sander and I just ran it back and forth along that curve to just get it nice and smooth along the edge. For these legs, you're going to want to measure about 1 inch down and right in the middle and drill a hole the size of your bolts that you're going to be using. You can use any size bolt that you want, but I used 5/16 of an inch. Make sure you also have a backer board under this wood so you don't get chip out on your board. Next, you're going to see that I'm using a 1-inch spacer to drill these holes in the brace of the cornhole board. This is where your bolts are going to go so that your legs fold. The way you want to put in your hardware is first the 3-inch bolt, then a washer, then you want to put your leg on, and then another washer and a wing nut. Do not tighten it down too far, as we will be taking this off soon. This step right here is why I told you to leave about 3/4 of an inch on the leg, because you want to put a board up to it and mark a line where you want to cut the angles so that this board sets flush onto the ground. The final step here is really just putting the top onto the base. You can attach it with screws, glue, or pocket holes. Do whatever you choose. I use screws on the top, and from here all you got to do is some sanding and you are done with your cornhole boards. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a like and share this with your friends, and let me know if you guys actually try out making this cornhole board. It was a pretty easy, fun project for me, and I had a lot of fun doing it. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.